Well, if you guys haven't seen, then you're alone in this world. Well, and ESPN Media Zone received 6,161,000 viewers in America that watched that game. Then adding the viewers in the whole world. I'm going to talk about the slow growth of soccer in the U.S. and how soccer is trying to mold the U.S. into a soccer country. As you guys know, I've been watching soccer my whole life. I've seen soccer in foreign countries dominate and draw the masses to the stadiums. In the United States, soccer is a sport only a few fans will follow, and it's barely born, which the MLS has been only around 15 years. But I've witnessed soccer and it's growing in the U.S. in the past 3 years. I'm going to discuss about the growing popularity of soccer in the U.S., how the MLS is drawing America's attention, and the prediction of soccer success in the U.S. First, I'm going to explain to you the things that are making soccer become popular sport in the U.S. In order to do something to grow, it takes baby steps. Well, that's what soccer is doing in America. In the World Cup of '94, which was held in the U.S., America experienced soccer in the professional level for the first time, so the event was a stepping stone of America's interest in soccer. In the World Cup the Women's World Cup of '99, it drew more attention to the sport when the U.S. Women's soccer team won the World Cup against China, creating American pride in soccer. Then the U.S. men's national team in the World Cup 2010 against Algeria, which you saw right now. With the victory over Algeria, thanks to Captain America, Landon Donovan, causing the team to pass to the next round as top of the group, being above England. And I'm going to show you a video. Oops, wrong one. I'm going to show you a video of one of the bars that all the bars around the world with when they're watching the game, and how many people witnessed the team.
Just a reminder, don't turn the monitor on and off. Yeah.
So how do you just do it to
on the display, you just push one of the other outputs, like DVD or laptop, and it'll just go to a blue screen.
Okay. Alright then. Well,
I said that
I'll show you the
right?
thing when I finish. I'll show you guys. Oh, never mind then.
It came up.
Alright then. So this is one of the video of one of the bars around the world, the reaction of the goal. My skin when I see this. And the next game that faced after this game, they faced Ghana, which was like the last was one of the playoffs in the World Cup. ESPN Jeff Carlisle, he's a writer for ESPN, said that the game was viewed by 19.5 million, was the largest audience for a soccer game in the U.S. and it was a larger audience than the last NBA Finals. Let's move on to now how the MLS is drawing bigger crowds. MLS is trying new things to draw more soccer fans and grow its organizations as the European League. In 2007, ESPN Soccer.com announced the sexiest player, David Beckham, signing with the LA Galaxy for a 5-year contract for $250 million. This drew crowds from different ethnicity, age, and sex. Americans, English, Indians, Latinos, teenagers, kids, girls, moms, and even grandmothers, without hesitation, bought their tickets and sell out just to go see the English superstar. And I'll show you. F5.
On the bottom.
F5, right? Yeah, right. F5. In 2010, after the World Cup, more foreigner stars appear in the MLS roster, such as Mexican soccer star Rafael Marquez, who is in the bottom left, and the French striker Thierry Henry strengthened the MLS team and generate money and fans. Thierry Henry is the top right, French superstar, as you see here. Lower right, Ted Donovan, American player, and top left, you know who he is. In 2009, the MLS added new teams to the league, such as the Seattle Sounders, which is a brand new built stadium in Seattle, which the MLS is planning to expand to 19 teams in 2012. Lastly, let me explain to the future of the soccer in the U.S. What will soccer become in the future? Soccer will slowly grow to become one major sport, joining basketball, baseball, and football, but it will take time. The commissioner of the Major League Soccer, Don Garver, said, "The World Cup has only totally broken through, where our national teams want to become America's team." He's stating that after what happened in the World Cup with the U.S., that's the U.S. team's friend for now. It's not Michael Phelps, not those single athlete heroes for the U.S. It's now the U.S. national soccer team, the other heroes. Another quote by Garver. I said, "I do believe that we've reached the tipping point." Oh, no, I do believe that when we've reached the tipping point, whenever the tipping point is, it will become most of it, not all of the top American players will become playing in the MLS. Meaning, once we hit the highest reach in the MLS, is when more foreign players will be playing in the MLS than native players. Among the long-term objectives in improving the country's player development program, the USSF, which is the United States National Team Federation, has formed what is called the Development Academy, a national youth league composed of 77 clubs fielding teams at the underage 16 and underage 18 age levels. Today I've talked about the growing popularity of soccer in the U.S., how the MLS is drawing America's attention, and the prediction of soccer's success in the U.S. Right now, soccer isn't a popular sport in America, but in future time it will become a major sport which could be matched as the Europeans. So all I know is you might not like soccer now, but your future generations will be in the soccer stadium wearing your soccer jersey, chanting the team's chant. Thank you.
So Russell, what did you think?
I thought it had good content, good signposts, and know where it was going. But I think you probably could have practiced it a little bit, more comfortable with the material. Maybe use cards instead of just kind of reading off a little bit too much. Get more confident with it. If I just a little more practice, you had some problems with that projector American.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to practice, of course, with a projector, and you always have to be focused on what's going on. Whenever you add tech, there are confusing issues that come along. The clip as an attention device is okay, but your transition I thought was a little bit awkward. The goals clearly stated. You've got a good preview of what the content's going to be. I thought early on especially you had a lot of good information. You've got some statistical information about the games being watched. You had a couple of visualizations with the clips to bring us in. The setup on all of the cheering thing I thought did take a while, but boy, once it got started, I understand the emotional context that you're talking about there. It gets to be a little bit dry, I think, in the second half of the speech, and part of that is your presentation. So you got to have a higher energy level and talk to us a little bit more enthusiastically. All right, thank you.